Hi there, this is Love Johar. Thank you so much for tuning into this video and thank you so much for watching this channel. In this video, we will try to understand the material scope and applicability of GDPR because this is Article 2 that we'll be discussing in this video. So here you see all the legal text related with Article 2, all the clauses as per GDPR. In this video, we will also understand when is GDPR applicable, all the details of that, along with what are the exclusions when GDPR is not applicable. Very important for all of you who are trying to understand the privacy concepts of GDPR. So please watch carefully. And as always, any comments, please feel free to add in the comment section. Thank you. So I leave the legal text to you. Okay, you can take a screenshot of this page and you can read it later on whenever you get time. It's a lot of text, so I'll actually come to the points. What is being discussed in this Article 2 actually. So GDPR is applicable when. So this is very important to understand. Whenever any process is being automated, whenever any workflow is being automated, what do we mean by automated? Automation means use of computers or machines in order to make sure that the entire process is automatic. Okay, so there is no involvement of human or very little involvement of human in that. So that's how it becomes automated process. So any process, if it is automated, GDPR is completely applicable on that one. It is automatic in nature, or any process. Okay, when personal information is organized in any sort of structured way, like in any filing system, then also GDPR is applicable. Okay, so if any sort of workflow, if you have where you are collating all the personal data of European citizens, their addresses, and you are automating them in order to send goods to them, in order to send some services to them, so that's when GDPR is completely applicable to your workflow, to your processes, because you are using computers and machines to have automatic workflows in place. Okay, and now secondly, let's say you have a structured, structured way of storing all the personal information. Let's say you have filing cabinets where you store alphabetical orders, all the names of European citizens along with their addresses in a structured format, where you can easily find out where personal data is being stored. Then also GDPR is completely applicable in that scenario as well. Okay, depending upon case to case, these are the two main highlights which are identified in the Article 2. Okay, non-automated processing if the personal data forms part of a filing system or is intended for this purpose. Okay, so any sort of filing system indicating storage of the data in a structured way, GDPR is applicable. Okay, try to note one important point here is structured way. Okay, so alphabetical order, any sort of structure, numeric structure, any sort of structure, if you are following in storing the personal data, then GDPR is applicable. But if there is no structure, if there is a random collection of data, no structure at all random data being collected from here and there, personal data being collected, no structure at all, then GDPR is not applicable. We'll discuss that also. Okay, I don't want to get organized, otherwise I need to comply with GDPR. See, all the random data surrounding the person, all the personal information, but it is random in nature, so you can't identify what information relates to what. There is no sequence, there is no some sort of any sort of identification in place. There is no structure at all. Everything is being unstructured here. Okay, so here you can see that it won't comply with the GDPR regulation because it is very hard to actually identify anything from here. Okay, so you can see that. So what are the areas where GDPR is not applicable? This can be asked in an interview also, so make sure that you watch this one very carefully. Exclusions are when scope of activities are outside European Union laws. Okay, your activities or whatever scope of your activities are outside European Union laws, then GDPR is not applicable. Okay. When a country's governments are using personal data for specific activities, okay, when government is using the data for some activity, then GDPR is not applicable. Okay, this is not talking about any private bodies or any sort of uh, private sector industries or private companies. It only talks about governments. When governments are using personal data, then it is not applicable. Okay. Third is, if an individual is using personal data only for their personal or household need. Okay, let's say you are yourself collecting the personal data of your relatives for organizing a birthday party, then GDPR is not applicable because you are using the personal data only for your household needs, only for your personal needs. Okay, so it's not applicable. Okay. And fourth is, when law enforcement agencies are using personal data to prevent or investigate crimes. For example, in case of any investigations, if the law enforcement agencies are trying to find out who was behind those incidents that happened, so then of course GDPR is not applicable, because again it's part of government agencies who are trying to do their jobs. So GDPR will not be applicable because again it comes under law enforcement. Okay, so these are some of the exclusions that you should be aware. Anything else that you yourself wanted to add in the article 2 that you are following in your organization, please feel free to add in the comment section. I will be more than happy to hear that. And as always, any questions, feel free to ask me in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.